Hey, what's happening, guys? I'm here to talk about Necrosha, the X-Men event that ran in between October and concluded earlier this week at the end of March alongside Blackest Night. And here are my thoughts on it right now. The event in general was good to me. It ran in between three titles: X-Force, New Mutants, and X-Men Legacy. Basically, the story behind this is that former Hellfire Club member Selene has resurfaced after some time and has taken the TO virus, which was created by Bastion, also used to be Master Mold, and has revived a bunch of mutants that were taken out after End Day. Now, among a lot of these undead that were revived were a lot of inhabitants that were killed in a sentinel attack on Genosha several years ago. And character-wise, you have Doug Ramsey, aka Cypher, the New Mutants brought back. You have Destiny, Rogue's foster mother, brought back. And Thunderbird, along with Mortis, Senyaka, Wither, and one other I can't remember right now, serving as Selene's right hands. Basically, she wants to go and cast a large spell off of Necrosha, which she's set up on Genosha. And through this, she will attain the powers of a god, but she's also got some grudges to settle before she can do this. A lot of her hatred is focused right now on Emma Frost, the former White Queen of the Hellfire Club, who took her place as the Black Queen at one time. She's also got some beef with Magneto, the X-Men, and particularly among the former Hellfire Club members that are in the X-Men jail right now are Sebastian Shaw and Donald Pierce, and she sends Harry Leland and Shinobi Shaw to fight those two, and that was an extremely interesting factor. Warpath of X-Force has to take on his brother Thunderbird at a couple of points in this, and the X-Men have to fight Rogue, Magneto, Psylocke, and one other have to fight an extremely powerful X-Men enemy brought back, Proteus, on Weir Island. He was brought back thanks to the spirit of him taking possession of Destiny, Rogue's foster mother, and the spirit goes to lure them to that island for revenge, basically. And that aspect of it that was done in X-Men Legacy was a really good story. It ran for about 3 issues, and I recommend you get the trade when you pick when it comes out. Now, the New Mutants factor, on the other hand, is that the TO virus has weakened in Cypher, but he's fighting alongside the Hellions sent by Selene to take out the New Mutants. That's an extremely cool story. There is a death at one point. You won't be surprised by it, but it just happens. That's extremely good. Now, as far as X-Force goes in this story, you have a lot of subplots taking place besides the fighting the undead. You have X-23, who has been asked by Wolverine to leave the team, but she refuses, and he's worried that she's going to wind up having a mental breakdown in the midst of battle. And you also have Wolfsbane, who is now confirmed to be pregnant by Himrari, the wolf god from Asgard. He actually goes and sacrifices himself after Ryan is injured in battle with the undead, and goes and gives a soul up to Hela in order to save her. And that's going to wind up having some dire consequences later on, I'm sure. Now, there are a couple of points in this, even though I do say it's great to see a lot of these faces come back, there are some plot holes in here. Particularly towards the end, they don't really get into too much of how the virus has reanimated the dead. What would happen in Blackest Night is that the rings would be going and saying flesh. These the virus works as kind of a computerized thing, a matrix, which takes you over. And there are some huge plot holes there at the end concerning the defeat of Selene. There's a thing that's done in order to defeat her, but it's not really explained upon, and it doesn't make much sense. Basically, you know Marvel, and you know how any event goes when it gets towards the end, is that they try and wrap it up as quickly as possible and just throw all logic right out the fucking window. But for the most part, it's a good story, and I would recommend picking it up in trade when it comes out. Now, this week, besides having Necrosha come to an end in the X-Men, we also have the Second Coming, the return of Hope and Cable from their little run from Lucas Bishop through time. and I haven't read the first issue of it yet, but I'm going to sit down shortly and give you my thoughts on it afterwards. So thank you for watching this. Please leave all your questions and comments, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel if you like. That's it for this, and I'll catch you guys next time. Adios.